it connects with Facebook. And so
Okay.
we'll be able to have two people on the screen at the same time.
Cool.
Like that.
Yeah.
So awesome. So do you want to do a little run through of the questions, maybe like practice your answers, or what would make you feel comfortable going into it?
Yeah, that sounds good. I have a few notes too. Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be good.
I have a lot of water nearby. I get
Yeah, same. Like,
so if you need to get water before.
yeah, no, I got my water. I come prepared.
Usually I'm doing like the tech behind the scenes, so I'm not always
okay.
doing these, but I still get really thirsty.
I know, I'm always thirsty.
So, okay, great. Well, let's start. So what I'll do is I'm going to start the broadcast. So when I just, did you notice a change in the screen? Like, is there a little light on that says live right now?
Yeah, I did. I was about to mention that. Yeah.
So you're going to see that. So I'll give you a heads up when we're about to go live. I'm just going to say I'm ready for a broadcast. Okay. And then it'll be like 3, 2, 1. And I'll say, welcome to the latest Baby Change Minisode. Today our guest is Nicole Reed, the founder of the College Diabetes Network chapter at New York University. And you can wave and say hi. You can do it if you want.
It's so awkward. Okay.
Nicole just started her second year at NYU, and she's joining today to talk about how she came to found this chapter of the organization and what it's been like being part of the College Diabetes Network. So Nicole, can you tell us a little bit about your own story with diabetes and how your journey began with it and where you are now with it?
Right. So I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in 2007 when I was about 9 years old. And it was a very difficult time in my life. I was diagnosed with diabetes in the emergency room, and the doctor told me I'm going to need to check my blood sugar X amount of times per day, every time before I eat at school, and I'm going to need to inject myself with insulin every time I consume carbohydrates. And I began feeling overwhelmed because I was young, and B, it was just a bunch of responsibilities on me all at once and all the time. So in order to relieve myself a little, I started attending my local Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation events, and I found them very helpful and was very happy with all the support people gave me through those events. So I decided to create a walk team for JDRF, and I've been doing that for the past 9 years. So I have all of my friends and family come out, and we fundraise and wear all this matching shirts to support the cause of finding a cure for type 1 diabetes. And then I became more interested in hosting JDRF events like I attended when I was diagnosed. So I started hosting events for teens. And then this led me, when I was applying to colleges, to look into any type of support group for college students. And I was really happy when I found out about the College Diabetes Network, because it seemed like a really good platform for people to connect with the same condition.
How did you find out about it, out of curiosity? How did you find out about it?
It was basically through JDRF, because I knew so many people from over the years, and then I realized that one person in particular from Atlanta, where I'm from, was in the leadership team of the College Diabetes Network. So I went ahead and emailed her, and she was very friendly, and we knew the same people. So I looked into the College Diabetes Network and noticed that there were none really around New York City. So I was like, okay, I've got to start one myself. And so I started it last fall. And probably about October, I had my first meeting. It took a lot of planning. But my goal for the NYU chapter of CDN was really to provide a community of support for people affected by diabetes, in particular, like any that are, diagnosed within the last 5 years, because it's really hard at the beginning. And it's just really nice to have support and care from others. And also, just to raise awareness about diabetes. So, maybe dispelling any misconceptions people have, or, maybe trying to prevent any jokes that may be offensive to people living with type 1, any type of I'll just say diabetes. But, yeah, and maybe educating about the differences between between type 1 and type 2 diabetes, and just like forming a community through education and support. So yeah, those are my main.
What are some instances where you would experience that? Maybe have you ever had people say things to you that you thought were offensive or that you thought indicated that they didn't have any idea what diabetes?
I've definitely experienced it on a personal level. Like someone would, just like on different occasions. It hasn't been like something that's majorly made me upset, but it's just like, a few, like several things at different times in my life. So I know like one person was eating sweets and he's like, oh, I'm going to get diabetes. And I'm like, that's not how it works. And, like I go through a lot and I don't appreciate that. So, just like making sure you say something when someone says these types of things.
Like I already have it, so
yeah, like I guess I can use this.
Me.
Yeah, but like that type of thing, just like where people make ignorant comments and like making just kind of keeping everyone in check. That they also need to be mindful before saying something. Like even though they may not be educated, it's still important maybe just to withhold that comment. So.
No, that's a really interesting point because I think it's hard to think of like how do we change that,
right?
People doing that, so
right. So I don't know, and like also just outside of diabetes, just for anything, because different people are living with all sorts of different experiences and conditions, and I think my chapter is like aiming to just like make sure we're inclusive to all people living with whatever condition. So yeah, it's been my aim for the past year.
Can you tell me what is the College Diabetes Network? Can you tell me what it is in
right?
What is it in its essence?
Right. So it's a national organization with chapters throughout the United States on college campuses. It was created in 2009 by a student at the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. And it's really a nonprofit organization with an aim to provide peer-based programs for various students on college campuses and empowering, like those who just graduated and young professionals to really have a thriving life living with diabetes. The College Diabetes Network, it has a really big active presence on social media, as in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Their website, the College Diabetes Network website, has various resources about like which college campuses have chapters available, and different pamphlets. Like for example, one that's really good is one for high school students, right when they're about to go off to college. Tips on how to live with diabetes when you're away from your parents and you have to manage things, more independently and that type of thing. And yeah, really the College Diabetes Network seeks to create a connection between, medical authorities on campus, campus administrators, professors, fellow students, and their parents and families. So I think it does a really good job of bringing together.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe it, because I never thought of it that way, like where healthcare providers are involved.
Yeah.
Nicole, are you wearing a bracelet? Do you have bracelets on?
I'm not wearing a bracelet.
What are you like, I just hear
this. Oh, you mean like a medical? Or?
No. I'm just hearing a noise. Like
it's a ring maybe. I can take them.
It's okay. It sounds like, it just sounds like something.
It's like, okay. I took it off.
Figure out what it is. So just to check.
No. Okay, thanks.
No, it's all good.
No,
I think it could be your headphones also, if they're like.
Oh, maybe that's it.
If they're like, sometimes if they're rubbing against the.
That's true, against the desk, yeah.
Like, are they near the microphone on your computer? Do you know where the microphone is on it? It's okay if you don't.
I just got this computer.
Oh, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. I was just trying to think of,
Gosh.
It's just a little.
Because my microphone I'm using right here, through my earplugs.
Oh, can you do that again? Could you just talk
do you think
closer for me? I'm just listening.
Is this better? Right here?
Yeah, you don't have to hold it there, but I'm just trying to think of, it's just like a noise that.
Let me just take my earplugs out and see if it will work better without anything.
Okay. Yeah, give it a try. I'm just trying to see, because it's just a funny noise that I can hear, but I think it might be from the.
Do you think this is? Wait, hold on. Do you think this is better, maybe?
Yeah, because I think the noise was like.
So weird being wireless.
I think it's the cord.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
So okay, so now that you're not wearing your earbuds, you're just going to be a little more echoey. So just make sure. I know it's really hard when it's like when you're like on the spot, but just speak slowly, and it doesn't have to be noticeably slowly. But before you like, just take a deep breath. You don't have to answer like questions really fast or anything like that. So if I ask you like what the College Diabetes Network is, you can just like say, well, the College Diabetes Network is, you can like take a pause. Like it's totally fine.
Okay.
But yeah, just to get the best audio, I think.
Right.
So could we just try that so I can just listen for a second? We can do it really quick.
You want me to talk about the CDN?
Let's go to another question, okay? So can you tell me a little bit about the challenges and the benefits of starting your own chapter of the CDN?
Sure. So definitely my favorite benefit of starting the NYU chapter has been forming lifelong friendships with the members that I've met. So I've just been able to really, talk about my struggles living with diabetes, especially at times where, it gets really hard and burdensome. Just because, we never have a break from this condition. So it's been really nice being able to talk to different people. Another aspect I've really enjoyed is the educational part of the chapter. So sorry?
What is that like?
Yeah, so one of my members, her boyfriend has type 1 diabetes and she doesn't herself. But so she came to my chapter because she wanted to learn more about type 1 diabetes. So I was really happy, just to like tell her about what to do in a situation where his blood sugar may get really low, or, like how to carb count. Sorry?
So you were the educator.
Yes, I was the educator. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. I think, can you put your earbuds back in? Because I think I can hear you better and you can probably hear me better.
Okay.
With them in, but I'm sorry for this. We'll get it figured out, Maybe
if I scoot my computer up more so it doesn't hit the desk. Okay. That's like awkwardly close to me.
No, it's okay. No, you look fine. You look fine. I just wanted to be able to hear you. So, okay, great. So what I think what we can do is if you can just be aware of the cord.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think if you're more comfortable like moving your hands and stuff.
Yeah, I don't want it to.
Or something you could put around the cord, like a piece, like some kind of like soft clothes you could put around it so that it doesn't like hit the desk. Or something.
I could maybe grab a rack, or where you mean like on the desk? Near the desk.
Like, just because how the cord kind of like goes.
Yeah, let me go grab some.
Great. That sounds already. I don't hear it anymore.
Oh, really? Perfect. That's a good idea. So you have good tips about this.
Because the cord, even on like a microphone, is like hitting anything, it makes noise. Like
microphones are so sensitive. Like I always underestimate them.
I know. Even if
it's like, oh my gosh.
Even if it's a microphone there, like when you just pulled your shirt up, I could hear it. Like,
oh my god.
It's like a sound. I don't know.
Nervous habits.
It's totally no, it's okay.
No, I'm kidding.
No, it's all good. So we got through most of our questions.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited too. So we're gonna start.
Cool.
What I'm gonna do now is just send you the link.
You sent it. Oh no, I quit my Firefox. Do you mind sending maybe? Oh, okay. Let me pull up that Google outline. It was on Firefox.
I'll put it in the Google outline. Is that okay?
Yeah, let me just pull it up because it was in my Firefox and then I think I pulled it up now.
Okay.
Yeah, let me put it and then I'll pull it up on Chrome.
Great. I'm going to end this broadcast now so you won't see me, but then I'm going to send you.
And then I click on that new link that you put in the document.
now, okay?
Okay, perfect.